I need to make space and free up this engine stand for work I'm going to do on my 2016 WRX. So I'm going to finish tearing down this engine that's been on the stand for a couple years. I've already used some of the good parts from it, but the engine is bad, so I'm going to try and salvage the other good parts. I think I found out why this engine was sitting on the ground at the junkyard. So I'm going to take this header off. Even though it is dented, I may use it instead of the other one I have. Hopefully this makes noise. So listen. That was a noise in the crankcase. We'll see what's in store when I take the oil pan off. But this one does not look to be over torqued. Yo, this engine grenaded. Yo, I'm curious to see what happened to this thing. Now I'm seeing why this engine was in the junkyard. I don't know what that is, but it is not good. That's why somebody would have pulled it and left it. Now I'm curious. I had a long day at work and I'm ready to relax for the evening, but sometimes curiosity gets the better of you. I have never encountered an engine this bad. This is actually kind of exciting. Sad, but exciting. Well, looks like it threw a bearing, and this thing is toast. I would love to know the story of this engine. A couple $100 spent a few years ago, and to think I was about to throw this in the car, you know? But I guess I would have noticed. I would have replaced it with something like the timing belt and tried to rotate it. Then my spidey senses would have went up. So why am I wiping it down? I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the oil pan. But that is actually kind of cool. I've never seen an engine like this. The surface that I was concerned about with this oil pan seems to be in good condition, but the rest of it isn't. Yeah, with all this debris, I mean, I could try and clean it out. This is interesting. Yeah, this oil pan gasket might be the original one because it definitely wasn't over torqued, and it definitely is old rubber. This engine threw a bearing, or spun a bearing. What's the right term? Spun a bearing, throw a rod? Well, it did both.
Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both. Both.
And the engine sat like that for over a year. But I did end up using some of the parts, brackets, and accessories on the B18 swap that I put in my Civic. So it wasn't a complete waste. But now I need the space, and I do need the engine stand. So I'm going to finish tearing it down, saving all the good parts I can, and likely get rid of the block. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm cleaning this off. I don't plan on using this head. I just plan on saving it right now. There is no immediate use for this, so maybe I'll just leave that on. Well, this one is missing in action. I have no idea where it is. Damn. Oh, I can see where it's blocked. And it locked up the crankshaft. I guess a piece of this came off, got wedged right here, and that was all she wrote. Here's the bearing. Get this other cap out. More damage from when the engine failed. One piston out. Here I was hitting on the underside of the piston to knock it out, and it would not budge, but I kept at it. So as it turns out, there's another spot that was seized because the rod stayed on the crankshaft. So if you look down there, there's a little spot, and yeah, so that rod may have to come out with the crankshaft. And I hit myself, so I'm gonna have to take a break. Yeah, so I think when I knocked it out, I broke the piston. So this is the piston with the messed up rod, and I wonder what made this rod break, because this piston was super free. It came out the easiest. So I'm wondering what happened. Okay, you don't want to move either. It does not want to come out. Ta-da! This was the piece that wedged between the block and the crankshaft. Crazy. And look at the carnage. So, I mean, there was a lot going on in this bad boy. So there's the hole there. Here's... Yo, this is wedged into the block. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to begin to get that out. I don't think it's coming out. It'll wiggle, but it won't come out. So I wonder how much I can get for this block. I think the head is salvageable. I really do. I don't see any messed up valves. I see some dirty valves, but they all have the right shape and no damage. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the head. And with that, the engine stand is free. Some parts will get sent to metal recycling, and some parts will be used in future projects because I love old Hondas. That also gives me space to do engine work and pull other cars in for maintenance. If you'd like to see how I swapped the B18 into my 95 Civic, I'll link the playlist in the description. And if you want to see the progress I've made on my auction WRX, check out its playlist as well. Thanks for watching. Take care.